Multiple different substations have been attacked. Thousands of people are without power right now, and this happened on Christmas. So, on Christmas, multiple substations attacked, over 10,000 people sitting without power. All right, they're saying this is, quote, vandalism, but is it vandalism or is this something more? This keeps happening. And the map of where these people are going looks like it's coordinated, looks like they are going in a pattern. All right, so we will check out all this stuff, we will investigate it, we will see what's going on because it's very suspicious and it points out how vulnerable our grid is. It keeps getting attacked, and this is multiple times within the past month. All right, I made a whole video outlining all the attacks in Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina. They're all over the place, and now they're happening in Washington again. All right, they happened in Washington a few weeks ago too. So let's get into this news. This happened today on Christmas. It's Christmas night here in Colorado still, and it says Washington burglars take out 3 power substations on Christmas. Pierce County Sheriff's Office officials said that 3 substations were vandalized on Christmas morning. So this is very serious that this is happening, and this is a copycat effect. I brought up this before, how there will be copycats. This is something that can be emulated, and people will do it because they like to get notoriety. People like to cause problems, especially on Christmas. People like to just be a Grinch. They like to cause problems for other people, and it's dangerous. All right, and we're also seeing just these other attacks. All right, I was pointing out this attack in France on a cement plant. People, dozens of people ran in, started attacking things in France, started smashing the plants, and they were saying that it's detrimental to have this plant operating. Is this a similar fashion, or is this just a random person that wants to do this? Because when you look at the map, I'll show the map in just a second, this looks like they went to station to station to station and hit them all one right after the other. So let's get into the details here. Burglars in Tacoma, Washington vandalized 3 power stations on Christmas morning, leaving about 14,000 customers without electricity, according to police. At about 5:30 a.m. on Sunday, the Pierce County Sheriff's Office responded to a call of burglary at the Tacoma Public Utilities substation on 46th Avenue. All right, so one of them happened at 5:30 in the morning on Christmas. Somebody just wakes up and decides they want to cause destruction, and they're saying it's vandalism, but how do these people know? They're saying they just broke in, they didn't steal anything, and they just went and targeted specific areas, destroyed them, and caused massive power outages. How do they know where to target and where to go? It seems like it could be something else, all right? When deputies arrived, a statement from the department read they saw evidence that a fenced area was broken into. While nothing was taken from the substation, police said that equipment was vandalized, causing a power outage in the area. So that's substation number 1. This is substation number 2 here. Another burglary was reported later that morning at a Tacoma Public Utility substation on 224th Street, again with forced entry and damage to the equipment, and nothing was stolen from the scene. So once again, nothing stolen, the same modus operandi. They're just breaking in and vandalizing the equipment just to cause destruction and cause power outages, and they are not actually stealing anything. No benefit to them, just negative, to other people. All right, so it doesn't make sense. It's not like they're even getting a benefit from it. They just want to cause destruction. And this is happening as this winter cold front is moving through. I checked the weather in Tacoma. Thankfully, it's not too bad. It's rainy and cold. It's around 50 degrees, 40 degrees. So it's not too bad. It's not these sub-zero, sub-freezing temperatures. But at the same time, having your power shut off on Christmas is definitely dystopian and definitely not what we want in America. And look at these rolling blackouts. If you saw my last video, rolling blackouts in multiple different states: North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, and other states surrounding Tennessee, Kentucky, Alabama. All these other states are being affected as well too. Virginia, because they rely on Tennessee's grid. So go check out that video if you haven't seen it already. It's just one of these things. Why are we having this happen on Christmas? And there's no official word from our government. Our government's checked out. They're off for the holidays. They're busy spending our money, our taxpayer money, on all these other things we don't want them to, and not fortifying our grid like we should be, okay? So let's get into the details here. The third burglary at 11:25 a.m. A third burglary was reported by Puget Sound Energy of a power outage and burglary that occurred at about 2:40 a.m. So this other one was at 2:40 a.m. So I'm going to lay out a map for you in just a second, and the timeline of all this, because it's very suspicious. It looks like somebody could just drive to scene and destroy these substations themselves in one night. Deputies said the third scene was broken into as well, and the equipment was vandalized. As a result of the burglaries and vandalism that took place, 14,000 Tacoma residents were without power on Sunday morning. So wake up, Merry Christmas, power's out. Some I don't know what this person is, but you know what to call them, all right? You know what this is if you're doing this. And you wake up 14,000 people without power. And check out this map, all right? So you can see here, they could have just drove to these different substations and hit them all. So it said at the Puget Sound Energy substation was at 2:40 a.m. And then it said there was a substation on 46th Avenue in Tacoma. It didn't say exactly what the substation's called, but I mapped 46th Avenue for you here. It says that was hit at 5:30 a.m. So, and all these spots are 20, 30 minutes. You can see this route. It says 39 minutes to drive this whole route, hitting these three spots. So they hit these spots and then drove to other spots and hit them. So this could be one person or a group doing this in one night or early in the morning. So that one was set at 5:30, and then they said later in the morning the Tacoma Power South Service Center was hit on 38th Street in Tacoma as well. So this just highlights how vulnerable our grid is. Some people, and this is in the middle of the city in Tacoma, we think of these substations that get hit are rural, out in the middle of nowhere, nobody around, no cameras. I'm sure Tacoma is loaded with cameras everywhere, police everywhere. And somehow this was able to slip through the cracks of Tacoma, Washington, one of the biggest cities in Washington. And it was able to slip through the cracks, and they were able to hit 3 different substations hours apart. And the police weren't able to catch them or find them or stop them or anything or be preventative once the first one got hit or second one. 3 different ones got hit. If this was a more sophisticated hit, a more sophisticated group, then they could hit, dozens at once, dozens within a few hours if this was a coordinated event with multiple people. And this was in the middle of the city. This wasn't even out in the middle of nowhere, no cameras around, no people around. There was people around, cameras around. I know it was Christmas morning. Lots of people are sleeping, probably not many people out on the road, but still cameras everywhere, you can bet. And still, I'm sure police at least roaming in Tacoma. All right, so let me know what you guys think about this. This highlights how vulnerable our grid really is, okay? And it's one of these things, you think you're even safe on Christmas. You're not even safe on Christmas, guys. It's really sad that people can't even take the day off to not attack our grid for Christmas, all right? We're already experiencing rolling blackouts. People are already sitting in the dark, all right? It was almost 2 million people on Christmas and Christmas Eve sitting in the dark, right? Close to 2 million. And this is already happening, and now we have to vandalize the grid too and just have even more. So let me know what you think about this. Let me know if you have any inside intel from Tacoma, if you live there, if you've ever been to these areas. What do you think? Do you think these are high surveillance areas? People should just be able to easily hit substations here, or do you think it should be surveilled? Like there should be some kind of evidence of these people doing this, since it's in the middle of Tacoma. I've never been to Tacoma, so let me know what you think. Thank you guys for watching. Merry Christmas, guys. I'm recording this on Christmas night. If you see it the next day, I hope you guys had a great Christmas. Hope you guys have great holidays, had great holidays, and I hope you have great New Year's. I'm going to be posting more videos, so don't worry. And I hope you guys have a big old Blessed day. Thank you.